Hey, what's up, guys? Your host, Nikki, standing just outside Wet n Wild Water Park. Park open daily, according to what this LED sign says. And yeah, this is one of the famous water slides there. I'm not very good with the names of the water slides. Only the water slide names at Wonderland Splashworks. But yeah, I just came out of the water park right here. Let me zoom out a little bit. And I just got myself a bottle of Pepsi. Yeah, I mean, I brought my water bottle with me today. I drank the water in its entirety. And then I got myself a slushie and a Gatorade and now Pepsi. Because the temperature right now is 36 degrees centigrade on the actual thermometer. This is the first time that the GTA has exceeded 35 degrees since 2012. First time in 13 years. So yeah, 36 is one over the mark. And I'm really enjoying that weather. And I picked the perfect day to go to the water park. Because otherwise, it's just not worth it. Like, I could have went to Wonderland today, but do you think I'm gonna want to stand in line waiting to go on a roller coaster in 36 degree weather? Heck no. The hottest temperature I can handle in that case is 31 degrees. But I'm enjoying the heat right now. I'm kind of a hot weather person, to be honest. I used to not like hot weather back in the day. Like back when I was a kid, hot weather used to bother me. Now it bothers me less. So right now we're in Brampton, walking along Finch. We're right next to the Mississauga boundary. Like it's temporarily Mississauga until you get here to, and until I'm not sure where it turns into Brampton, but I know we're definitely in the Peel region. So earlier today, I was in my old stomping grounds of Thistletown, Bowman Heights. And then I took the 36 bus and Brampton Transit number 11 all the way here from Islington and Finch. So all you have to do is just take the 36 and then transfer over to Brampton Transit bus number 11. It's still a bit of a pity that the line 6 is not open. However, I made a YouTube short capturing the LRV or the light rail LRT being tested, and like I was looking down Finch and I was thinking to myself, is that a bus or an LRT? And as it got closer, it was an LRT. So today's one of those days where I was able to capture the line 6 being tested. And I saw multiple LRT cars out on the line. But unfortunately, neither lines 5 or 6 are open yet. But they were saying on the news recently that it might open in the next several months in September. To me, that sounds too good to be true. But we'll just have to wait and see. but I don't think they've announced an official opening date yet. And I gotta be careful because recording drains the batteries out quickly. I mean, when I started filming, the battery was at 67%, so I'm good to go. Sorry, I just yelled. I had to yell over that stupid cargo truck because we're kind of in a commercialized area where there's a lot of truck activity going on. Jesus Christ. And this here is the CN Rail Corridor, Canadian National. So basically the water park it's pretty typical that it's out in the middle of nature. Because you look around, and being a nature enthusiast, I observe mini forestry and all kinds of greenery, and it's just surrounding the water park. So you've got like serenity plus excitement all happening at once. Today's one of those days where we need to put on a mother load of sunscreen due to the UV index and the heat, especially with the sun beating down on you. There is not a single cloud in the sky. Wow, hard to believe that this is the hottest, that the temperature exceeded 35 degrees today. Because that's, like I said earlier, it's the hottest it's been in 13 years. So this here is Indian Line Campground. So basically, you've got a campground just outside the city. And for any visitors who are camping here, you get to go to the water park, because the water park, Wet n Wild, is just not far from here. It's only an 8-minute walk. The Indian Line Campground is where the Humber River Recreational Trail ends. Well, at least that's where the West Humber River ends off. Like there's a path that goes past my old house up towards Steeles. And then there's another path that goes towards Indian Line Campground, which is the same recreational trail that runs by Humber College. So a bit of a story. I got to the entrance just before, well, right at 11 o'clock. And the website says that it's supposed to open at 11 a.m. It didn't open until 12. Why on God's green earth is the website so misleading? Like, that's the purpose. I want to be one of the first guests, because last time I was here, which was 2 years ago, I didn't get here until like 3 o'clock-ish. And I stayed until closing time. And then my mom picked me up. But today I wanted to be the first people, and I was. But I was standing outside in 31, 32 degree weather, just eager to hit the water. Like, I don't understand why it would say it opens at 11 o'clock, but it doesn't really open until 12. What is wrong with the information data on the website? That doesn't make any sense. You're misleading people, and it's not funny. I wanted to do this all along by making a walking video right after I come out of the water park. But yeah, despite not being, not getting in until 12 o'clock, I had a pretty good time in there. They have a lazy river, you've got water slides, although most of the water slides were not working today for some reason. But I did go down one water slide. Unfortunately, though, I was standing in line for at least 30 minutes because the lines were moving so damn slow. And I'm like, really? Why does it have to be one person at a time? Like, okay, I understand it's for safety rules, but you know, they just like to hold up the line. I'm not very patient when it comes to, mentally, I'm not very patient when it comes to long lineups, especially when my body is sizzling in the heat. And then I was going to go down another water slide, and I was like, screw it, because the lines were just moving slow, and I didn't really want to wait that long, so I just went back. I did the lazy river. You know, the lazy river, you can either ride on a tube, or you can just swim or walk along the water. You can just walk in the water, swim, but it only goes in one direction because the water, they have like currents. There's a current that pushes you in, I think, a counterclockwise circuit. I mean, I think it clockwise, counterclockwise, depends on your perspective. I think it's a counterclockwise current. So, and I was able to, okay, we don't have any sidewalk here. I was able to rest my stuff right beside the lazy river. And there were people who tried to go in and out of the lazy river just by climbing in and out. But every time people did that, the lifeguard blew his whistle and says, nope, you can't do that. You got to go around. Which kind of makes sense to me, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to take another sip of this pop, which I call Pepsi. So refreshing. And, you know, today is another one of those days where we are hotter than various places. Like, we're definitely hotter than Orlando and Miami. And we're even hotter than Phoenix. Because when I checked the Weather Network, Phoenix was 35 degrees, but we, as Torontonians, or Etobians, hit 36. And now be aware that Phoenix is 3 hours behind us. It was 2 hours behind when I was there, but that's because we were on standard time and they don't do daylight savings time. So maybe they hit like 37, 38 degrees. But geographically speaking, we were warmer than a lot of these places. And anytime we're hotter than Miami, it makes me think, so in the wintertime, you're going down to a warm climate, and then you come back. When you land at YYZ Airport, you have to get your winter coat back out, and you go from being very warm to very cold. Well, now it's the opposite. You've got the same climate, you've got hot weather in Miami, and by the time you get to Toronto, it's even hotter. But I bet you Miami gets more humid in the summer than in the wintertime. I've never been to Florida in the summer before, and I never will, just because of how humid it gets. It's kind of awkward to hold this Pepsi bottle and record at the same time. By the way, this is originally Pepsi's old logo. They reverted back to their old logo a few years ago. Just like the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know, some companies, they do that. Which is pretty good for nostalgic reasons. So now, after we pass the 427, we're going to end up back in Toronto. I think I might have made a walking video coming out through here before. If so, that was probably about a year ago. Wet n Wild is a very fun water park. I like it more than Wonderland Splashworks. So I definitely recommend that you go to Wet n Wild. Also, the water there is warmer than the water at Canada's Wonderland Splashworks. I mean, Splashworks is pretty fun, but I like Wet n Wild better. And after today, this is my second time. This is now my second time going there. I wish I went there, you know, as a kid growing up. But my mom never took me there. She did, however, take her other two boys there before, many years ago, because before we lived in Thistletown, my mom and my brothers lived not too far from here. But yeah, that was before I was born. And here comes the Brampton Transit Zoom and the regular Brampton Transit bus. And this is Highway 427. Just stepped on a tire rim. So now we are pretty much back in Toronto. I'm wearing my trusty summer pants technically they're cargo pants, but yeah, you see, this is the bus I took, bus number 11. And there comes another Brampton Transit bus. But yeah, now for those of you who are wondering, why am I not wearing shorts in this weather? Well, I mean, I'll tell you viewers this, but if anybody off the street who has never watched my channel ever asks me why I don't wear shorts, I'm gonna lie and say it's for a religious purpose. But my point is, because I don't like to expose myself too much. I mean, I don't mind exposing my arms. That's what everybody does. They wear a short sleeve shirt. But the legs, that's too much. That's why I feel a little bit uncomfortable at the water park walking around shirtless. I mean, I don't want to have to keep putting my shirt back on just to get a Gatorade or just to, you know, get something from, just to buy a drink or whatever. But I just, you know, I was okay with having my top part exposed, like, because I remember I used to go shirtless, like not outside, but within my home back in 2017. And now I'm different. And then as of 2012, I no longer wanted to have my legs exposed. The last time I wore shorts was May 26th, 2018. So that was literally 7 years ago. So we're gonna walk right down, and I'm gonna hike towards Humber College. Hopefully I don't run into any wild animals, and if I do, hopefully they don't attack me. But yeah, I made a hiking video coming out of where I'm coming in right now on November 4th, 2022. So that was over 2.5 years ago. But I'm gonna get a thumbnail right here. It may not be the best thumbnail for a video for like this, but it'll have to do. I don't think it'll hurt. But yeah, I'm gonna hike the rest of the way. I'm gonna hike all the way to Humber College and then take the bus from the bus terminal there back home. So thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming your way. And here comes a cyclist. We better get out of his way. And peace out. Stay hydrated and enjoy the heat while you can, but try not to get heat stroke.